Queen of Tears is finally back after a long, painful wait for the weekend. Well, it's here, and it doesn't disappoint. This episode begins where the previous one left off. Hyunwoo has found Haein, who was lost due to a hallucination episode, and hugs her to comfort her. As they sit underneath a nearby tree, Hyunwoo's family come looking for Haein, and she's touched by their concern for her. Since she doesn't receive such concern and affection from her own family, it's a pretty big deal. Back at Hyunwoo's parents' house, Haein and Hyunwoo find it awkward to be in the same room. Hyunwoo is also attracted towards Haein, despite all of his attempts. He leans in to kiss her, but suddenly leaves the house. After deliberating on whether to go back, he finally ends up at his family store, drinking with his brother. Meanwhile, Haein is dumbfounded at how Hyunwoo just left her. She goes over to find him and overhears that he doesn't want to go back to the room at all, gets annoyed and returns by herself. Simultaneously, we discover that Hyunwoo's father, Baek Do-kwon, has shared news of the divorce with another villager, much to the dismay of the Baek family. Do-kwon visits the villager to make sure he hasn't passed on the gossip. The villager assures Do-kwon that he has only told his mother, who has dementia. Elsewhere, Soo-cheol finds a clip of Haein eating at her in-laws and happy. He shows it to his mother, who feels a bit jealous of Hyunwoo's mother since Haein seems happier around her. While Hyunwoo is at the store and Haein is in the room, we see a flashback from 2 years ago. It seems that the couple lost their baby, and Haein coldly clears away the nursery. Hyunwoo feels offended by this gesture and decides to sleep separately in the room meant to be the nursery. We see Hyunwoo crying that night quietly, while Haein is grieving and blaming herself. We aren't sure exactly what happened yet, but it seems to be the cause of the rift between them. Stay tuned on this front. The next day, Hyunwoo returns to the room to find Haein ready to leave. They meet the villagers before leaving, and the grandma with dementia recognises Hyunwoo for a split second, gives him advice about divorce, and leaves. Haein is quite confused but doesn't pay much attention to it, and they finally leave in silence. After parting with the two, Do-kwon, Mi-sun, who is Hyunwoo's older sister, and Hyun-tae, Hyunwoo's older brother, discuss Hyunwoo and Haein's relationship. Mi-sun reminisces how passionately Hyunwoo responded when she gave money to Haein, asking her to break up with Hyunwoo. She questions what happened to their love. Meanwhile, Hyunwoo and Haein reach home while it's pouring down with rain. Haein emphasises that she did not wait for Hyunwoo and also observes that he is getting wet, holding the umbrella for her. They meet Yoon-sung on the way. Why don't you just die? Who has been invited by Haein's mother to stay at the guest house with them. At Hyunwoo's house, she complains about her lifeline being too short. She meets Yoon-sung, who lies to her that Hyunwoo isn't bothered by Yoon-sung, Haein's male friend, staying at the house, and asks if they sleep in different rooms. We discover that he already knew about their relationship from Grace Go. Grace told him that, despite how he's treated, the Hong family keeps Hyunwoo's opinion in high regard. Yoon-sung recognises that Hyunwoo is keeping the family from breaking apart and that he needs to be gone so that Yoon-sung's plan can succeed.
I really hate that man.
And so, these statements to Haein were his attempt to keep the couple apart. Later, Soo-cheol explains to Yoon-sung that all the Hong houses are connected through an underground network. Though all of them appear to enter different houses, essentially the entire family lives together. This is how the chairman designed the structure. While this is happening, Haein leaves as she doesn't feel like eating. Soo-cheol also explains to Yoon-sung that his mother got him a talisman so that Haein cannot overpower him, much to Yoon-sung's amusement at the stupidity of it all. Haein visits the hospital for a checkup. While leaving, she sees a man who delivered juice in the office once, the one whose baby was in the incubator. She asks about the baby who is in the ICU and then asks the man to deliver 250 juice bottles to the office, trying to help him. Elsewhere, Soo-cheol proposes a bizarre 1 trillion won project to the chairman, but Hyunwoo interrupts, highlighting the risks involved. The chairman agrees with him and discards the proposal. Hyunwoo receives a call from the dog owner, back at the hunting site. The man tells Hyunwoo that he found the dashcam footage of the day from a gas delivery person. Hyunwoo takes the memory card for restoration as the footage has been deleted due to less memory of the card. In the Hong kitchen, Mo Seo-hee and some experts are trying to figure out the chairman's meal. Yeomja interrupts them and insults Seo-hee. While they are left alone, Seo-hee hits Beomja, but the chairman refuses to believe it when Beomja complains to him about the issue. Instead, he orders to get a background check on Seo-hee. Elsewhere, Haein gets entangled in another hallucination, but comes back to her senses when Yoon-sung finds her. The two go in for a media interview, but Yoon-sung is suspicious about Haein's health. He later finds from Grace Go that Haein has not been getting medical checkups with the family, so he asks Grace to figure it out. Haein's doctor tells her that her white blood cell count is too low for the CAR-T cell therapy. He further tells her that at this state, the researchers in Germany will refuse to perform the therapy, but Haein is adamant in going. Beomja overhears their conversation and is in shock when Haein tells her about the scenario. Meanwhile, the chairman is showing his collection of precious artworks and artifacts to Yun-Seong. We discover that Yun-Seong had met the chairman while he was at the orphanage. He tries to get the chairman's good opinion by gifting him a portrait of Napoleon, and this happens to be the chairman's favourite historical personality. Byung-jae sees Hae-in leaving for Germany without Hein-woo. She later confronts Hein-woo about it, and it seems that Hein-woo is unaware about Hae-in's departure. While camping with his friend, Hein-woo is distracted. He keeps worrying about Hae-in. Hae-in, however, is undergoing checkups in Germany. Hein-woo finds an interview video of Hae-in, stating that she wants to travel with Hein-woo after she achieves her dreams of increasing sales. Watching this, he immediately changes his mind and leaves for Germany. Meanwhile, the doctor refuses to operate on Hae-in due to her low WBC count. Hae-in is annoyed and visits a place of no sorrow, which she had visited with Hein-woo for their honeymoon. Hein-woo arrives there and apologizes to Hae-in that he should be there for her. Hae-in acknowledges that she wants Hein-woo to be with her too, and they kiss, teary-eyed, and reconcile. During the epilogue, we discover that it was Hein-woo who drew on Hae-in's hand, elongating her lifeline that she was so worried about, and that is where the episode comes to an end. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.